And they show you this big old round looking image that's nothing probably more than, well, it's actually called backscatter. It's probably got something on the lens, speck of dirt, drop of rain, dried, like some kind of film on it, and hit a cascade that, and hit to make it look like a big round object. I didn't have to wait long, did I? Sure didn't. Sure didn't have to wait long for them to come out and start spraying. Seen the son of a bitch no sooner than I throwed up my camera. Holy shit. They never give up. And our fearless leader, so-called fearless leader, won't put a stop to it, but he's probably under their control. Because like I always said, like I always will say, leaders are not elected, they are selected. And all we doing is just play into their hands. But as far as talking about images, there's a sunball. There's probably a lens flare too in it, son of a bitch. Oh, there's one right there that you can move around. One of my other phones I used to get, an orb like deal that sat beside the sun simulator. We got something shiny up there in the sky. I just seen it. Just had glimpsed it and I don't know where in the heck it just went. Huh. Could have been a leaf, I guess. I don't know. But anyhow, they talk about lens flares. People point out and say, what's that? They don't do no research. They don't do no experiments. They just get people to send them shots and don't do no background checking on stuff. And then they go out and get these FAA cams that's got these big old round looking objects on them. And they holler, Nibiru, Nibiru. Well, it's not. Like I said, it's just backscatter. It could be a speck of dust. It could be a drop of rain. Hell, it could be bird shit for all I know. But you wonder the best way I tell about the sun simulator. Well, I wear a pair of tactical glasses. And most times, if you turn your back to the sun and slowly turn your head, you'll have this little bitty circle coming there. And when you look at it, it's got these little black dots floating around. Some of them could be different colors because the sun simulator uses a prism in it, kind of way rainbows are made. And if you got some pretty good eyes like I do, you can look at that little dot, and inside that little dot, well, inside that little circle, you'll find another little circle that's got a little dot, and that little dot's got a ring around it. And if you focus your eyes on that little dot that's inside that little ring, you'll see it's got a hexagon shape. Now, why would, there's the damn thing again. It's way up there. It's silver. It just flashes. Has to be a leaf or something other. But it don't act like a leaf. It acts like it's just going straight across the sky. And it looks like it's fading in and out. But that's why they paint these objects, because they're hard to see. Like Air Force One, how it's painted light blue and stuff, makes it harder to see against the background of the sky. But be careful who you trust on giving you information on Planet X, Nibiru, because them ones that use them things and try to use fancy computers, and they don't really know nothing. They never get out and do experiments. They just pretty much sit on their ass and wait for people to send them shit. But they really don't background check. They don't do a search on it. They don't go out and get information. They don't do no experiments or anything. And it's just sad. Because me, myself personally, I watched Nibiru rise up out of the southwest in 2012. It was a little star out of place. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to get my news to cover it. I tried to call space agencies like NASA, tried to write them to ask what it was. They would not reply. And then a year or so goes by, and 1 turns to 3, and then another year or so goes by, and 3 turns to 5, and until around the end of 2015, going into 2016, it formed a big pentagram shape. See, now that there might be contrails because they're disappearing pretty quick. But it formed this pentagon or pentagram shape, however you want to say it. If you wretched bird just took you a pen and connected the dots, it formed that exact same shape. And I begged space agencies, I begged my news to cover it, and nothing. And if you're looking for truth, I'll give it to you the best I know how, because I read a lot. Matter of fact, I'm always reading all day long, no matter if it's a physics.org or whatever. Unlike some people who read the physics paper, then add their own crap to it. A so-called doctor or physicist, and just add their little twist to it and make it sound way different from what it is. But just be careful. Be careful who you trust about these subjects. Because so far yet, I ain't found nobody that knows as much about it as I do. Because like I said, I'm constantly reading about ancient artifacts that's getting found, just in case it's got some kind of link to it. Just anything like that. Yeah, we've been checking out the coronavirus. It could turn absolutely deadly, but who knows? It could be a scare tactic. No one truly knows. And now you got George Soros trying to sink millions into platforms like YouTube and Facebook to try to get rid of climate deniers, which I tell you, where I live, I really ain't felt none of it. None of it. It's usually average temperatures, pretty weather. Only thing it changes is my pretty blue sky when they come through there spraying their shit. But I am going to get back into the swing of things and go back and start researching the sunrises and sunset to try to get some of the best shots I can and bring you some info. Because if anything's near that critter, that piece of junk, most of the time I found things that was off at 11 o'clock at a 45-degree angle. I thought there at one point in time I seen 2 objects, but I couldn't say for sure because of the guys that spray in the sky and leaving their crap behind. I've even done evening experiments that's counted how many jets has flew, how many drones is in the air. You can look it up if you want to. It's called the evening experiment. It's got about 15 videos. Some of them short. The license kind of long. But yeah, try to check them out. Be wary who you trust on YouTube when they show things like that, because most time it's just a speck of dust or a drop of rain shining through the camera, called backscatter. And they want to holler it's Nibiru. Nibiru and friends, they sit in the night sky like I told you. But do your research. Do your experiments. Prove stuff to yourself. Just don't try to take somebody's word for it. Because the main thing of the day is DTA. Don't trust anybody. But also stock up on whatever you can get. Ready meals, canned food, whatever, just in case this coronavirus is for real. And it ain't just some kind of fear mongering. Even though they say the CDC and them is warning people and declaring an emergency. They can declare emergency just about over anything. Hell, they can declare emergency over the flu if they want to. Well, so far this year, the flu's killed more people than that virus ever think about. But you never know when it hit explode, because they said it could mutate. But I'm coming back and putting out some videos soon. And we're going to get to the bottom of some of this stuff. Have a good day. Thanks to all you that subscribed. All you new guys, thank you. I'm not fancy. I just spit the truth. And sending positive energy your way. And stay safe. And be prepared. Later, friends.